We are pleased to have back with us House Majority Whip Steve Scalise. And, sir, good morning to you, and thank you for coming back here.
Morning, Bill and Sandra. Great to be with you.
So what we understand, $5 billion, give or take, maybe not over a year's time, but over 2 years. Is that something that could pass?
What President Trump has talked about is that he needs $5 billion right now to secure the border. And it's a full border security package, including building the wall, including technology, making sure that our Border Patrol agents have the tools they need. You just saw in the last few days, they're being attacked and assaulted by some of the people in this caravan. And the president needs to secure the border. I think it's important for all Americans that we get this done.
Senator Chuck Schumer making his thoughts on this very clear on the Senate floor yesterday. Listen.
He hasn't even spent the $1.3 billion Congress allocated last year in the fiscal year 2018 budget for border security, fences, drones, technology. This isn't actually about border security. This is the president trying to manufacture a shutdown to fire up his base.
Can you respond to that for us, Congressman?
Well, Chuck Schumer's still burned from the last time he shut the government down, and it didn't work for him then. It's not going to work for him now because people know. They see this threat at the border. Look at this caravan. There are already more than 600 known convicted criminals in the caravan. They just arrested another MS-13 gang member 2 days ago as part of this caravan, and President Trump has said, I need the money to fully secure the border. Sure, the first $1.5 billion is out there being spent. That's only a small portion of what it takes to secure the entire American border. So if Chuck Schumer wants to take the position that he's willing to shut the government down because he doesn't want to secure America's border, people see what's happening right now. They know what's at stake, and he'll lose that shutdown like he lost the last shutdown. Hopefully it doesn't happen. We don't want a shutdown. We want to make sure we can secure America's border. President Trump's laid out a very concrete plan that makes a lot of sense to get this done. Let's go and see a bipartisan agreement to secure America's border, especially at a time when we see the assault coming from known criminals. And keep this in mind. Every single day, on average, our Department of Homeland Security stops 10 known terrorists from entering this country. Every single day. We need to secure the border. President Trump has laid out a plan to do it. If Chuck Schumer doesn't want that to happen, if he wants to shut the government down over whether or not to secure the border,
on the potential
that's
of
a failed
that, Congressman,
position.
do you think there will be a government shutdown?
You know, the negotiations are ongoing. We still have a few more days to get this done. I hope we do get it done. But at the end of the day, we need to secure America's border, and we're going to keep battling until we finally get the agreement to make that happen.
Two more topics to get to quickly. James Comey's fighting back, and apparently some of your Republican lawmakers, they want to get James Comey in before them one more time. And you're running up against the calendar here because you're going to toss the gavel over the first week of January. James Comey said this in a tweet. He said, today my legal team filed court papers to get transparency from House Republicans. Let the American people watch. Bob Goodlatte, chairman of the committee, was with us last hour and said the following as to whether or not the Comey testimony will happen. Watch.
We're open to the idea of videotaping it. The fact of the matter is, though, he is trying to run the clock on us.
Trying to run the clock, sir?
I agree with Chairman Goodlatte. Look, we've laid out a number of different options for Comey to come in. You don't get to decide whether or not you want to comply with a compelling order to come and testify before Congress. Ironically, in his tweet, he mentions transparency. The whole idea of getting him to come and testify is to be transparent with the American people, not through leaks, which Comey's good at, but by being sworn in under oath and testifying and telling the truth to the American people about what's going on. Is this a witch hunt? Is this targeted? What's really happening? The only way to get true transparency is not through him trying to leak stuff and write books. It's about swearing him in under oath and getting an honest conversation about getting the facts to the American people.
Congressman Scalise, finally, the president is at this G20 summit at the moment. We don't know yet what all will come out of this. We know he's got a meeting with President Xi, but we do not know if this meeting with Vladimir Putin will be happening. The latest from the White House, the president has called this off. Would you like to see the president meet with Putin?
Well, regardless of whether he meets with him or not, clearly there is a lot of diplomacy going on because what Russia is trying to do with our friends in the Ukraine is wrong, and we're standing up against it. I'm glad that President Trump is standing up to Russia and standing with our friends in the Ukraine. We didn't see that from previous administration. I'm glad we're seeing it now. And let's bring more of the weight of other countries in the world against what Russia's aggression is doing. It has to stop. Let's back the Ukrainians, and I think the president's going to do that, whether he meets in person or whether Secretary Pompeo and others are going to make this more effective at the UN and bring more countries to bear.
Nice to see you, sir. Thank you for your time. Steve Scalise.
Great being back with you.
Thank you, Congressman.